Get ready to enter the Thrive Time Show.
We started from the bottom, now we hit. We started from the bottom, and we'll show you how to get here. We started from the bottom, now we hit. We started from the bottom, now we hit.
We started from the bottom, now we're on the top. Teaching you the systems to get what we got. Colton Dixon's on the hooks, I break down the books. Z's bringing some wisdom and the good looks. As the father of five, that's why I'm alive. So if you see my wife and kids, please tell them hi. It's the C&Z up on your radio. And now 3, 2, 1, here we go.
We started from the bottom, now we hit. We started from the bottom, and we'll show you how to get here.
Yeah.
One of the biggest things we picked up when we picked up the Thrive 15 team was an entire team. You want an SEO guy that knows things about search engine optimization? Got it. You got a website guy that's built big websites like Garth Brooks' website? Awesome, we have it. He's coming in. If I had to pay for that on my own, outside of Thrive 15, there's just no way. For us, one of our most immediate needs when I got connected with Clay was technology. We had a website, but I had a website in Tulsa. Our other partner had a website in Colorado. They did everything from doing a drone video where they flew over all of our markets with a drone. They integrated that into our site. They built every single thing that I think of, they do. We do a podcast. If I was gonna produce my own podcast, that alone, just that alone, would be what I pay Thrive, just for that. But then if you add the fact that if I need a business card design, if I need a website build, if I need this, if I need that, I know what I would pay for that. If I had to go a la carte, I feel guilty sometimes, like I don't probably write a big enough check for the value that I get. I think there's a lot of entrepreneurs that have ideas what they want to do with their business and how they want to grow and what market they want to be in and how they can increase production and do all this. But it's not about having 4,000 ideas. It's about having 12 and executing them 4,000 times. That's the trick, in my opinion, and that's where Thrive's value comes in. I feel like I have my own staff, my own 20-person team that when I need something, I just go to them and it happens.
Yes, 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 and yes. Thrive Nation, on today's show, we are talking about how you can have massive success now in this capitalist economy. Amen. We find ourselves at a time right now where as long as we have capitalism in America, it's pretty easy to grow a successful company. And I'm going to share with you on today's show a couple success stories of clients we've helped to achieve massive success. And here to talk about what we're going to see in just a moment is Jordan, one of the business coaches up here. Jordan, I have a question for you.
Yeah.
Is it shocking to you how easy it is for our clients to produce massive success if they implement the plan? Is that, or how do you, because you see people at the conferences, they come in every 2 months. Mm-hmm. Most of these people are doubling their companies in 12 months. They're having massive success. And you've got a chance to meet a lot of them. You've talked to a lot of them. I believe they're really diligent, hardworking folks. I just want to get your thoughts on that. Does it ever blow your mind how easy it is to scale a company if someone will implement the systems?
No, it's not. And that's why they reach out to us to begin with, because one, they are looking for help, and then they see that we have success. We have over 2,000 success stories on the website, so it's not surprising at all.
So for you, it's not surprising.
No, it's like, I want my car to go, so I put gas in it, and it's not surprising to me when it moves when I put gas in it.
But, don't you think society and the people, most people on the planet Earth have so complicated the path to success that it's like almost seems impossible to most people?
It's crazy that's a mindset.
No, I'm just saying, though. Is that not, that just boggles my mind.
Yeah.
Inc. magazine reports that 96% of businesses fail. And yet, our clients will double in size. And I think there's the thing that's mind-boggling to me is that a lot of people go to get-rich-quick seminars. They read all these self-help books. They go to college to get business degrees. And success is like this elusive thing that they can't seem to find. And yet our clients have it time and time again. And so what I'm going to do today, before we get into our testimonial success stories that we'll have back to back, I want to praise a client here, and that's Co-Law Fitness. Okay, so folks, if you're listening right now, you want to go to colawfitness.com. And Jordan, I'm going to break down the stuff that they have to do every week to run a successful gym.
Break it down.
And I'm going to see if you can just kind of provide a little bit of a kind of a boom color analysis / descriptive of this, okay? One, every single week, they have to track their numbers.
Yep.
Why does a gym have to track their numbers every single week?
If you don't track your numbers, one, you don't know how many people are coming in.
Yep.
Two, you don't know where they're coming from. So if you're running ads, you don't know what ads are working, what ads are not working. You don't know anything if you don't track what's going on.
And every single week they do track their numbers, so they know. And you might say, well, what numbers do I need to track? I mean, you need to track your gross sales, your net profit, how many leads are coming in. These are the kind of things that we talk about at the conference. Now, the second thing they need to do every week, and they do this every week, is they need to gather objective reviews from actual customers. Objective reviews from actual customers, Google reviews and video reviews from real customers. Why do they have to do this every single week? And by the way, if you look up Joplin Gyms, Joplin Gyms, they come up top in the Google search results, not because they're good people, but they are good people. Why do they have to do it every week?
There's a lot of reasons. One, for Google reviews, everyone goes to Google to look for everything, and everyone looks at how many reviews. So reviews, and Google knows this, so whoever has the most reviews, they place at the top. So one, if you want to be the top, if you want to be the no-brainer company for people to go to, then you need to get Google reviews.
There
and
it
then
is.
video reviews.
Video reviews.
They don't help you rank on Google, but they build your credibility. So, if people click on your website or hear about you and go to your website and they see all of these video testimonials, they're like, wow, this, I'm sold.
And I'm not disagreeing with you. I also want to point out kind of a fun feature. In the case of the co-laws, they have so many video reviews at this point that the actual video reviews are beginning to show up in the search results as well. But you are correct that it doesn't help your rank in Google necessarily, but now to have the most video reviews. But now their website is ranking in Google search results as well as their video reviews. So they're getting their video reviews and their photos showing up in the Google search results. Again, that's colawfitness.com. Again, step 3, they have to write the most original HTML content. So every week, we're adding original hypertext markup language to the website. Now, to be top in Google, you have to have the most original HTML content. You have to have the most objective Google and video reviews, the most objective Google reviews. So step 1, you got to have the most original HTML content. Step 2, you have to have the most Google reviews. Step 3, you have to have your website to be mobile compliant as dictated by Google. And you have to have the most overall canonically compliant or Google compliant website. Now, we teach the nitty-gritty of that at the workshops, but they do it every week.
Yeah.
And there's so many things they do every week. And I think that what makes them sick, twisted freaks is they do it every week. And I mean, it's the diligence is the difference maker. It's they actually implement the strategies and systems. And so we're going to talk a little bit more about all the systems that they do and how they implement those systems each and every week. And then again, on part 2 of today's show, we're going to actually show you video footage of the co-laws. And so you can hear directly from them to prove they are real people and they are having real success as a result of diligently implementing the systems and strategies that we teach at our in-person 2-day interactive business workshops. Whoa. Again, this is something, Jordan, the co-laws, they came to the workshop, and they came with a purpose to actually grow colawfitness.com. Mm-hmm. And so they thought they took notes aggressively. They took notes in the workbooks that we gave them, and their mindset was, we are going to grow our company, and that is why we're at this conference. We are at the conference for the purposes of learning how to grow our company. And they began to apply those things because you can go to workshops and seminars and, there's audio books and self-help books and there's gurus. But at the end of the day, knowledge without application is meaningless.
Yep.
And so every week, these people, they track their numbers. Yes, they do. Step 2, they gather objective Google and video reviews from real customers. Step 3, they write original HTML content. Step 4, and again, it's every single week we do this. Every week, they keep their online ads on. They keep their online. Now, again, if you go to colawfitness.com, you would see right now, I'm going to go there right now, folks. It's colawfitness.com. I'm going there right now. I'm clicking. They have an advertisement right now that says, it says, $7 for your first month. So 24/7 access to the gym, workout, massage, and tan for as low as $7 per month. Now, Jordan, why don't they change that advertisement every week? Why do they keep their online advertisements on with the same proven no-brainer? Why don't they change it? Because, there's a lot of people that every week they say, I think that the ad has gotten stale, and so I need to change it. You see entrepreneurs, not the co-laws, but this just in, other entrepreneurs change their idea every week. So I want to ask you this. Why is it that some entrepreneurs, not the co-laws, that they every week feel the need to try, let's try a different kind of ad this week. Let's try something different. Why?
Because they have big ideas, and I don't. The reason why I wouldn't know why, but the reason you don't want to do that is because it's a staple in people's brains. So even if somebody sees that online ad with a no-brainer, $7 for your first month, they might not click on it right then, but they're like, oh dang, that sounds like a pretty good deal. Move on to the movie theater, and then they come back and see it again, and it's the same thing. They're like, oh, I kind of want to do that.
You know what? You know why they change it every week? Come on. Because they're bored.
Oh,
None of our listeners would do this, but other entrepreneurs, they change their ads that are working so well, they want to change them. But the key to creating time freedom and financial freedom, if that is your goal, is to implement a system that works. You implement and build a system that works. So step one, every week, the co-law folks, the colawfitness.com, they track their numbers. They gather objective Google reviews and video reviews from real customers. They write HTML content, original HTML content, so that way they're top of the search engine results. They keep their online ads on with the same proven no-brainer. This is all stuff they do every week. Every single week, they do daily huddles. Yes, the co-laws came to our conference. They asked me, Clay, what are the effective management strategies? And I taught them, and they do it. They implement the daily huddle. Yes, the co-laws implement a daily huddle. Why would they, as business owners, want to huddle with their great teammates each and every day?
To keep them on task. So there's a lot of repetitive tasks, kind of like implementing these steps. Is you got to keep doing these over and over again. So with your team, naturally people want to do what they want to do. So if you want to manage your team correctly, effectively, you got to keep them on task, even with small things every single day.
Every day?
Every day.
Now, you've worked in the elephant in the room stores.
Oh, yeah.
You've worked at the office here. You're now a coach. You're helping clients grow their companies. The idea of a daily huddle, it's every day.
Every day.
Why can't it be like only on the days where there's a problem?
Because it has to be consistent. Are you going to be proactive or reactive?
Ooh, okay.
So every day in Elephant in the Room, I would meet with all the stylists, be like, okay, so this is what we need to work on. If this happens, don't do this. It'd be a small, if there was corrections that needed to be handled, I would say to the team, not point out individuals if I didn't have to, but as a team collectively, that way everyone can learn what to do.
Okay, so again, step 6. Now, they implemented proven call scripts or sales scripts. When the phone rings, somebody has to answer the phone and follow a script.
What?
Yeah, what they have this just in, folks. They do it every week. Okay, and then step 7, they implement recorded calls. This just in, breaking news. They implement recorded calls.
Bring it down.
Oh boy, that was the wrong button. There we go. Oh, nice. They implement recorded calls. This is big though, because if you do not record your calls, if they did not record the calls, if colawfitness.com, if they didn't record their calls, how would they be able to provide their call center with feedback on whether they're doing a good job or a bad job?
They wouldn't be able to.
Right. Well, why do you think certain entrepreneurs, not our listeners, thankfully, why would they push back on the idea of implementing call recording?
Because they don't want the confrontation with their employees.
Okay. So they don't really want success. What they want is to be liked by their employees.
Yes.
That's their goal.
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay. And I'm just walking you through. Now, again, on today's show, you're going to see now in part 2 a lot of other systems and processes that the co-laws have implemented. When you come to our workshops, we're going to teach all these systems. But again, knowledge without application is meaningless. Knowledge without application is meaningless. That's a big thing. And vision without execution, folks, vision without execution is hallucination. And so I'm challenging you today. If you're out there today and you want to grow a successful company, if that's what you want to do, if you're saying, I do want to grow a successful company. Yes, I do. Well, between Dr. Zeller and I, we've built so many multi-million-dollar businesses, so many super successful companies. That's what we do. And if you go to thrivetimeshow.com and you click on the testimonials button, there's over 2,000 success stories, and they're growing every day. It seems like there's a new success story flying in. And again, we're going to teach you everything at the 2-day interactive business workshops. But you have to, step one, you go to thrivetimeshow.com, you fill out the form, you request a ticket. Step two, you gotta come to the event. Yeah, that's like maybe a 10% of the battle. But then you have to come to the event and take copious amounts of notes and be willing to implement these systems and strategies in your own business. Jordan, are you ready to watch the Cola Fitness testimonial? Are you ready?
I want to see it now. Let's go.
This just in. Jordan is ready. Are you psychologically prepared to watch the Cola testimonial, sir?
I think that word went over my head, but I'm short, so
are
let's
you
do this.
are you physically prepared?
Yes.
Are you to a place where metaphysically you're able to see yourself in the future watching this testimonial?
I'm visualizing.
I'm saying this
myself
because this is
watching
the kind of jackassery that people do.
Yeah.
You know, as opposed to doing it, there's like, do you have your shoes of success on, and are you prepared to take the first step to watch the super success story of the Colas? Are you ready? You have your success shoes on.
Visualize yourself.
Do you see this though?
Yes.
Is the dream board fully filled out so that you can see yourself watching this? Is your success journal documented that starting today you will watch this testimonial?
No. I don't have a dream journal.
You know what I'm saying, though?
Yeah.
That's what people do, don't
Yeah.
they?
Yeah.
Is your dream catcher journal fully ready to go? And are you mentally prepared with your success shoes? Are you sitting in your success chair at the exact right time to watch this testimonial?
Yes.
Well, okay, Napoleon Hill said, the time will never be just right. The time will never be just right, okay? You must act now. And again, this is the best-selling author of a book that changed my life. His name is Napoleon Hill. He wrote a book called Think and Grow Rich, one of the most successful books of all time there. And I know it seems dumb or obvious, but it's true. The time will never be just right. We must act now. So without any further ado, we're going to watch the Cola Fitness super success story now.
I am Amber Cola. We own multiple fitness centers, and we were just looking for more knowledge to continue to grow, possibly franchise soon. I would say the atmosphere at Thrive is completely full of energy. Keeps you on your toes, on the edge of your seat because you're laughing, keeps you engaged because it's not dry. There's lots of humor, lots of stuff that you can relate with, so you feel it's very real. The staff is phenomenal, super helpful, upbeat, friendly. Everybody's giving each other high fives. Even the decor is just high energy. It's not stuffy. The smells, the taste, the great food and coffee, and so it's kind of an all-around great experience. I would explain Clay's delivery style, his presentation, as something only Clay can do. It's a gift. It's very unique. I don't know anybody who could stand up in front of a group of people for 2 days and not run out of passion and not run out of things to say. He's very quick on his feet, which lets you know that he knows his material. He's not digging through notes to find out what he's supposed to say next. It just flows from a passion within him that's a God-given gift that you know he's doing what he's supposed to be doing. What is the most valuable thing I've learned at the workshop? Oh, that's kind of hard to even narrow it down because I feel like, and they'll even tell you, you're going to feel like you're drinking from a water hose, like a fire hydrant, and we did. But that's great. It was kind of a self-reflection of where we do need to work harder and in which area. But definitely even just the internet presence out there for our company was just outstanding, the amount of knowledge that Clay and his team have. So I'd probably say internet. I would say what people are missing out on by not attending is even the probably that growth, which we all want, and no one wants to take the time off to invest to work on the business and not in the business. And so we get so wrapped up working inside our business and feeling like there's no extra time for us to continue to learn and grow. And so if you're not taking that time to work on your business, you're definitely missing out. I think if you were to attend even just one Thrive Time workshop, you are already missing out on so many connections with other business owners to relate and see that you're even not in this alone, that all other business owners struggle with the same things you do, and to even make those connections and find the resources you need to be resourceful.
Hello, my name is Charles Colaw with Colaw Fitness. Today I want to tell you a little bit about Clay Clark and how I know Clay Clark. Clay Clark has been my business coach since 2017. He's helped us grow from 2 locations to now 6 locations. We're planning to do 7 locations in 7 years and then franchise. And Clay has done a great job of helping us navigate anything that has to do with like running the business, building the systems, the checklists, the workflows, the audits, how to navigate lease agreements, how to buy property, how to work with brokers and builders. This guy is just amazing. He's this kind of guy has worked in every single industry. He's written books with like Lee Cockrell, head of Disney, with the 40,000 cast members. He's friends with like Mike Lindell. He does Reawaken America tours, where he does these tours all across the country, where 10,000 or more people show up to some of these tours. On the day-to-day, he does anywhere from about 160 companies. He's at the top. He has a team of business coaches, videographers, and graphic designers and web developers, and they run 160 companies every single week. So think of this guy with a team of business coaches running 160 companies. So in the weekly, he's running 160 companies. Every 6 to 8 weeks, he's doing Reawaken America tours. Every 6 to 8 weeks, he's also doing business conferences where 200 people show up, and he teaches people a 13-step proven system that he's done and worked with billionaires, helping them grow their companies. So I've seen guys from startups go from startup to being multimillionaires, teaching people how to get time freedom and financial freedom through the system. Critical thinking, document creation, putting it into organizing everything in their head to building it into a franchisable, scalable business. Like one of his businesses has like 500 franchises. That's just one of the companies or brands that he works with. So amazing guy, Elon Musk kind of like smart guy. He kind of comes off sometimes as socially awkward, but he's so brilliant, and he's taught me so much. When I say that, like Clay is like, he doesn't care what people think when you're talking to him. He cares about where you're going in your life and where he can get you to go. And that's what I like him most about him. He's like a good coach. A coach isn't just making you feel good all the time. A coach is actually helping you get to the best you. And Clay has been an amazing business coach. Through the course of that, we became friends. I was really most impressed with him is when I was shadowing him one time. We went into a business deal and listened to it. I got to shadow and listen to it. And when we walked out, I knew that he could make millions on the deal. And they were super excited about working with him. And he told me, he's like, I'm not going to touch it. I'm going to turn it down, because he knew it was going to harm the common good of people in the long run. And the guy's integrity just really wowed me. It brought tears to my eyes to see that this guy, his highest desire was to do what's right. And anyways, just an amazing man. So anyways, impacted me a lot. He's helped navigate anytime I've got nervous or worried about how to run the company, or navigating competition and an economy that's like, I remember we got closed down for 3 months. He helped us navigate on how to stay open, how to get back open, how to just survive through all the COVID shutdowns, lockdowns, because our clubs were all closed for 3 months, and you have $350,000 of bills you've got to pay, and we have no accounts receivable. He helped us navigate that, and of course we were conservative enough that we could afford to take that on for a period of time. But it was anyways, great man. I'm very impressed with him. So Clay, thank you for everything you're doing, and I encourage you, if you haven't ever worked with Clay, work with Clay. He's going to help magnify you. And there's nobody I have ever met that has the ability to work as hard as he does. He probably sleeps 4, maybe 6 hours a day, and literally the rest of the time he's working, and he can outwork everybody in the room every single day, and he loves it. So anyways, this is Charles Kola with Kola Fitness. Thank you, Clay, and anybody out there that's wanting to work with Clay, it's a great opportunity to ever work with him. So you guys have a blessed one. This is Charles Kola. We'll see you guys. Bye-bye.
Thrive Nation, on today's show, I'm going to interview a couple a couple of people, a wonderful group of people who've actually worked with us. They have a family business, and they've allowed us to help them to grow their business. And I'm here to celebrate their success and to hopefully encourage you that you too can grow your business. And now, without any further ado, we have the founders of Glue and Nails on the Thrive Time Show. How are you guys?
We're wonderful. Thank you, Clay.
Wonderful.
Well, I'm going to let you, Greg, kind of introduce your wife and your team, just so people know that you're not a hologram.
That's my wife, Dawn. She pretty much runs the operation around here.
And
I do all the pointing.
how long have you guys worked with us here at the Thrive Time Show and Make Your Life Epic Business Consulting?
It will be 2 years, June 11th, I think, right about there.
2 years? Okay.
Yes.
And what kind of growth have you seen? Have you grown by 0.5%? Have you grown by 1%? What sort of growth have you seen thus far?
So far this year, 92% over last year. Last year was similar numbers.
Wow. And now, what's your website? I know people want to go to your website now and again, verify that you're not a hologram.
Glueandnails.com.
Okay, I'm going to pull it up on the screen here so people can see. It's glueandnails.com, glueandnails.com. And I want to brag on you guys for a second because what I do is I grow businesses, but I can't grow businesses unless I work with diligent clients that are willing to put in the effort to actually implement the proven systems. And so you guys have grown your business dramatically, but it's not as a result of just coming to a weekly meeting and then not doing your homework. So I'd like to get your thoughts here. Don, what was the most challenging first step that you guys had to take? Because I sit down with every client to make a plan, a 13-point assessment, then I give you guys a plan. What was the biggest first challenge that you guys had to overcome en route to growing your business and actually implementing the plan?
We had to realize that we were doing it wrong.
Okay.
And you pointed out, you just have to stick with what you point out, what you say, put the numbers here, put the numbers there, and sticking with it, doing it constantly.
Every day.
Every day.
And I think that a lot of people, because people email in a lot, or the last questions they'll say, well, what was the one thing that moved your business the most? And I would just say it would be like asking maybe someone who builds cars, what's the most important one part of the car that makes it work? Because one could make a compelling argument that the tires are the most compelling, or that the steering wheel is the most important, or the transmission is the most important. But it's all of those systems working together. So I want to go kind of piece by piece. So let's start with the numbers. Let's start with the accounting for a second, or the bookkeeping. I know for a lot of people that is a source of overwhelm, looking at their numbers and being intentional about charging enough to hit your financial goals. And I think, if I'm correct, I think you guys were guilty of undercharging, where a lot of people try to take advantage of people and overcharge. I think you two were guilty of undercharging. Greg, am I accurate there? Were you guys undercharging at one point?
We didn't want to upset our customers, Clay. You are absolutely correct. Yes.
And
in fact, our hourly charge is currently 3 times what it was when we started.
Now, when working with you guys have always done excellent work, and so when people go to your website, they're going to see excellent work and craftsmanship, home remodeling, next level work. One thing I think you also, Don, that you guys were guilty of is under branding yourself. Like, you guys do great work and you're super humble people, but you weren't running around saying we're awesome. And then, you were actually kind of under branding your website, under branding your before and afters, under branding your testimonials. Can you talk about how much that's helped you guys to actually, update the branding and update the marketing that you're doing to get more customers?
The customers see the before and after. They like to see that. They just the pictures, the quality, the honesty that we have, the customer, a family-owned business, just to see before and afters. They like to be able to see that the pictures, the going to the website, updating the pictures, posting them on our the Google business, they have to see that, and that has helped us show customers this is what, getting it out of their head and putting it in person. They
And
need to see
again,
that.
you guys have grown, Greg, by as a percentage. How much have you guys grown? I mean, is it safe to say you've doubled your company? Have you doubled in size?
Yes, I would say our average year previous to meeting you, 200 to 300, maybe 350 maximum gross income per year. We're staring right down the barrel of 900,000 this year, and we just went through first quarter, which is traditionally the worst quarter for construction and remodeling.
And so you guys have tripled your business.
Yes.
And again, what I love about your story is you're super humble, kind to people. And someone thinks, well, wow, this Clay, what do you do? Is it just accounting? Is it just marketing? Is it just branding? It's all of it. It's end to end. I'd love to get your thoughts on this, Greg. Having the consistent meeting every week, knowing that that's a rock in your schedule that you can kind of build upon. How big of an impact has that had for your family business?
It's huge. And we're very fortunate to be close to your office too, so that we get to have those in-person meetings. We could Zoom, but when I was young, I was told if you work really hard, you'll be wealthy. That's not true. You can pound your head against the wall for many years, which I did, and that's hard work, and you have blood, sweat, and tears involved, but it doesn't produce anything. You have to have a system. You bring the other half of that system that works for us. We bring the hard work. You bring the intelligence, and it works. It's a great system.
And what are all the system or all the processes that you guys have had to refine? I mean, have you started working on sales scripting yet? Again, for a lot of people, they think, marketing is an event. All of a sudden, you're going to get more sales, but you're really marketing. Branding is step one. Marketing is step two. So branding is improving the look and the perception people have of your business. Step two is getting in front of your ideal and likely buyers. And then selling is actually a different thing. That's kind of step three here. Have we worked with you guys yet on the scripting and the sale and the selling? Have you started implementing those systems yet, Greg?
We have not implemented any particular sales system, mainly because so far the businesses coming in is almost overwhelming for us to handle. So we're still building the system there, but we are certainly working on sales script. That's coming soon.
So what you're saying is you have so many leads coming in, it's almost like a fire hose?
It is. Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Really? Now, Dawn, you, if I'm correct, I believe you do a lot of the numbers in the business. You look at the accounting and the numbers. I find a lot of wonderful people, humble entrepreneurs and contractors tend to die a death by invoice, where they become almost like a bank. They don't want to be a bank, but they offer the customer terms like, hey, we'll remodel your kitchen and you can pay us 90 days after it's done or 60 days after it's done. And then all of a sudden the customer doesn't pay or they pay late. And then you end up being stuck with all the overhead, all the bills and none of the money. Have you guys, have we worked with you on that at all as far as refining the billing process?
Absolutely. You told us don't be a bank. You're not a bank. So we refined the invoices where we do deposit up front, and then we're able to use that in phases for the contract for the work.
Yes. That's one of the first words out of your mouth in our first meeting. Was don't be the bank.
Don't be the bank.
And quite frankly, we did take draws in the past, but they weren't well thought out. It was just some arbitrary number. Now I write most of our spreadsheets, and we now know what money we will need by what phase in the job, each and every job, and we try to stick to that. And well, the pain is much less than it was in the past.
You guys, just like oxyfresh.com and tiptopk9.com and a lot of the brands we've worked with for years, you guys have been to the workshops. You've actually been to my home. You've met the staff. You've really taken it all in. I'd love to get your thoughts on the workshop, how that may have helped you in your growth there, Greg. How have the workshops helped you guys?
We've been to 6 or 8 workshops. I've lost track. We go virtually every time because you can't learn it all the first time, unless you're smarter than me, which wouldn't be very difficult. But we learn something new from some entrepreneur every single time we come to one of these meetings. There's just always something new to learn. You can't get it all in one any more than you can read the Bible and know everything that's in it just because you read it once. So it's the same thing here. We can't. We go each time and find something new, some new thing.
Don, can you maybe comment on the format of the workshops? Because when I was growing my first company, djconnection.com, every once in a while, someone would reach out to me or market to me and say, well, Clay, you need to come to this workshop. And I would go, no, I've been to it. I know what it's going to be like. It's going to be some guy who's not going to answer any questions. It's going to be focused on motivation stuff, motivational. That's going to be the angle, is motivational or inspirational. And at no point will somebody have specific action items, and I'm going to waste a day or 2 of my life. And then at the end, just as a nice reward, they're going to try to upsell me something that I don't want, or some secret program, or they're going to try to sell me on being certified. Or could you maybe explain, Don, what the workshop was like from your experience?
Every workshop we've been to, depending on what stage we were in our business, we would pick up little nuggets of information at each workshop, whether that be you up front or someone else up front, or just from another business owner or entrepreneur. Just those little nuggets. I would take notes, and when I go back through those notes, I knew that this part here was the important nugget for this particular workshop, that whatever phase we were on in our business, that helped us. And then we would implement that where we needed to put that.
And I would say this one thing that what I do is I try to keep the clients on track. And so kind of like if you've ever been on a road trip with a bunch of kids, you're on a road trip and your kids are like, can we go to the bathroom? And if you want to ever get to Iowa and you live in Oklahoma, you have to say, hold it until we get gas, or there's got to be somebody that's going, all right, stay focused. Or if you've ever been let's say a bus driver, and you've ever had to, okay, guys, stop it, we're back there. Or if you've ever been a tour guide or a whitewater rafting tour guide, or you've ever had any position of leadership, sometimes you have to be Mr. Not Fun and keep people on the path, because the new ideas and shiny objects sometimes can distract others. Has it helped you, Greg, at all to have a team that's keeping you on the path? Does that help at all?
100%. Yes. What we got from our last meeting, by the way, which we've heard every single time we go to the meeting, and I'm a believer, but sometimes you just have to beat somebody in the head with things. You have to have a calendar and a to-do list. You ever heard that before, Clay? You have to have, there's a sign, people don't know this, but there's a sign at your place that says things that get scheduled get done. And you cannot accomplish your goals if you don't write it down. And that means every minute of every day. Something comes in, put it on the list. Right. It's just a quick thing. It has to happen.
Yeah, and then now having a team to help you do your videography, your photography, your web development, your online ads, all of that, so you don't go back home and have to recode your website or figure out how the ads work. How has that impacted you, Don, as far as having a team that handles a lot of the technology and a lot of those things behind the scenes?
So we don't have to do it, and we probably would do it wrong.
Well,
so
we did it wrong before we got here.
But no, we've learned so much about how we were doing it wrong. But now that we have your team doing that, it's it's
We
just,
don't have to
it's
do it.
changed everything.
I don't have to be a web designer. Some customer commented the other, oh, your website is just wonderful. We just love your website. How did you do it? And I said, we have a business coach. I don't have to do that.
Yeah.
I have to build things, and I'm really good at that.
Well, one thing about the growth of a business too is its iterations. It's not, as an example, there was a guy I saw in South Dakota who was a wood carver. He carved big pieces of wood into animals, and into a bear or to eagles. And I thought so highly of his craftsmanship that I bought one and brought it back to my office. So I bought one and I sent JT to South Dakota to go pick it up and drive back, a short 24-hour road trip there. But when you look at somebody, these skilled artists, they take a block of wood and they have a chainsaw, and you watch it, and at first you have no idea what they're doing. It looks like they don't have. They don't know what they're doing. And at first if you don't have a lot of faith in the process, it looks kind of weird. They're just chopping stuff off. And if you sit there for like an hour or two, which I did in South Dakota, all of a sudden you start to go, I think that's an eagle. That could be an eagle. Is that an eagle or a bird? Is that a cardinal? And pretty soon you go, an hour later, and then all of a sudden you're chipping away at the details. Now you're making the details, and you come back 4 or 5 hours later, you're going, that is a amazing eagle. And then you think you're done, and you come back 5 hours later, and he's still chipping away. And now it's like a piece of artwork. And that's how growing a business is. You start with the big idea, and you chisel it away every day. And I think now what I'm excited about is we're getting into the details. We're starting to really optimize your core pages. In terms of we can focus on, what's the best video testimonial to add to the website, and maybe which one should be at the top. Whereas at first it's just kind of like, if we can get a video testimonial, let's add it to the site. But now we're starting to get enough where it's like, well, let's put the best before and after at the top of the site, so now we're able to really start to make some iterations. Is it more fun now, Greg, now that there's some momentum and now that you get to be more selective about what leads to take on and what projects to work with? Can you maybe talk about that?
We can select our customers now that things are under control. Look, every day is a challenge. We work endless hours. People say, how many hours do you work? I say, all of them. I don't know. We just don't stop. But now we actually see how this is going. I had no idea how to nail and then scale, as to use your terminology, our business. I knew how to get up every day and drive nails and cut wood and make it look pretty, and I'm really good at that. And I'm a freak about details and organization and numbers and so forth. But you have to have an engine to drive that really pretty car, and you guys are the engine. Now we see that. We see the destination. The sooner the better. It's the way I see it. Let's get there.
The final two questions I have, I'm going to ask each the same question. So I'm going to go with you, Greg. That way your incredible wife can one up you here. Okay. So for anybody out there that's thinking about coming to an in-person workshop, they're thinking about going to thrivetimeshow.com and requesting a ticket. I'm very clear on these shows. You can pay $250 for a ticket, or you can name your price if you're in a tight spot. Or for anybody thinking about scheduling a one-on-one consultation, that's the first step somebody has to take. They schedule a 13-point assessment with me to see if they're a good fit. What would you say, Greg, to anybody thinking about coming to a workshop or thinking about scheduling a one-on-one consultation?
You couldn't possibly spend better money, in my opinion. And I'm not being paid to say that. I'm paying you. So I don't think you could possibly invest better money into your business than hiring effectively a $9 an hour employee that has turned us into a now, 200%, 300% of what we started at. I'm seeing the sky is the limit. Don't pass up that opportunity. You would make a big mistake.
And I guess as a follow-up to that, then I'll go to your wife. If you were to not have the weekly meetings, let's just say those meetings were weekly or quarterly, what would happen to the business if you didn't have that weekly check-in there, Greg?
Well, I don't know that we would have survived some weeks. It's lest you think you're going to sign up with Thrive 15 and just suddenly, boom, you're successful. That's not the truth. You're still going forward on the path that you were on. Ours was quite rough. and you're going to hit the potholes. But now we can see the potholes before we get to them. And even if that's the road we're on, it's easy for us to handle that as we go now. If you didn't do that every week, wow. Oof. We've had some tough weeks. We've come in there whining a few times, like, oh my gosh, it's going to be a rough week. And it is. But we find a strategy, we attack it, we beat the problem down and move on to the next week. And they seem to be getting better every single week.
Don, what do you think would happen if you didn't have the weekly meetings to kind of keep things on track?
We would fall apart. The weekly meetings are, you can't go without them. You can't. It has to be weekly, because you're held accountable for doing the tracking sheet, putting in the numbers, doing all the paperwork, keeping the phone calls organized. You have to have it weekly. Have to.
And what would you say, Don, to anybody out there that's thinking about reaching out to us? You have so many doctors and dentists and lawyers. And whenever I talk to these folks at a conference, they always tell me, I wish I would have called you 10 years ago. And I go, well, did you know about this 10 years ago? And a lot of times they go, yeah, I've listened to your podcast like every day for, 7 years or 8 years. And I just never filled out the form. What would you say to anybody who's just thinking about coming to a conference or filling out that form and requesting a one-on-one consultation?
Go, and there's going to be a nugget that you're going to find of information. Something is there that you need to hear. Something. Wherever it is that you are in your business, you have to be able to have the ears. And like I said, my notebook, I'm a note taker. He's not really, but
Well, I have you.
But taking of the notes and then going back to the notes and what was that? Oh yeah, that's what he said. And using that's your little nugget of information that you can get at any of the workshops. One, you can't get all the information in just one workshop. It can be overwhelming, but there's something there that you need to hear.
Well, guys, I am so honored to work with you guys. It really is a pleasure to work with you guys and to see your business grow. And as you know, when you're in the office, the reason why I only take on 160 clients is because I'm always busy. Just yesterday, one of our longtime great clients we've had for over 10 years, his SSL certificate expired because his card got stolen, and with 160 clients, that kind of thing happens to one of my clients every week, and so it's like, that's why I only work with 160 clients, and it's an honor to work with you guys. And I'm looking forward to seeing you guys hit that $5 million mark. It's going to happen, and you guys are doing great work. So thank you for carving out time for us, and hope you guys have a great weekend.
Thank you, Clay. You too.
Time for us.
Yeah.
Take care, guys.
Thanks, Clay.
Bye-bye.
I'm Rachel with Tip Top Canine, and we just want to give a huge thank you to Clay and Vanessa Clark.
Hey guys, I'm Ryan with Tip Top Canine. Just want to say a big thank you to Thrive 15. Thank you to Make Your Life Epic. We love you guys, we appreciate you, and really just appreciate how far you've taken us. This is our old house, right? This is where we used to live a few years ago. This is our old neighborhood. See? It's nice, right? So this is my old van and our old school marketing, and this is our old team. And by team, I mean it's me and another guy.
This is our new house with our new neighborhood. This is our new van with our new marketing, and this is our new team. We went from 4 to 14, and I took this beautiful photo. We worked with several different business coaches in the past, and they were all about helping Ryan sell better and just teaching sales, which is awesome, but Ryan is a really great salesman. So we didn't need that. We needed somebody to help us get everything that was in his head out into systems, into manuals and scripts, and actually build a team. So now that we have systems in place, we've gone from 1 to 10 locations in only a year.
In October 2016, we grossed 13 grand for the whole month. Right now it's 2018, the month of October. It's only the 22nd. We've already grossed a little over 50 grand for the whole month, and we still have time to go. We're just thankful for you, thankful for Thrive and your mentorship, and we're really thankful that you guys have helped us to grow a business that we run now instead of the business running us. Just thank you times 1,000.
So we really just want to thank you, Clay, and thank you, Vanessa, for everything you've done, everything you've helped us with. We love you guys.
I'm Dr. Mark Moore. I'm a pediatric dentist. Through our new digital marketing plan, we have seen a marked increase in the number of new patients that we're seeing every month, year over year. One month, for example, we went from 110 new patients the previous year to over 180 new patients in the same month. And overall, our average is running about 40 to 42% increase month over month, year over year. The group of people required to implement our new digital marketing plan is immense, starting with a business coach, videographers, photographers, web designers. Back when I graduated dental school in 1985, nobody advertised. The only marketing that was ethically allowed in everybody's eyes was mouth-to-mouth marketing. By choosing to use the services, you're choosing to use a proven turnkey marketing and coaching system that will grow your practice and get you the results that you're looking for. I went to the University of Oklahoma College of Dentistry, graduated in 1983, and then I did my pediatric dental residency at Baylor College of Dentistry from 1983 to 1985.
The Thrive Time Show, 2-day interactive business workshops, are the highest and most reviewed business workshops on the planet.
You can learn the proven 13-point business systems that Dr. Zellner and I have used over and over to start and grow successful companies. I mean, we get into the specific steps on what you need to do to optimize your website. We're going to teach you how to fix your conversion rate. We're going to teach you how to do a social media marketing campaign that works. How do you raise capital? How do you get a small business loan? We teach you everything you need to know here during a 2-day, 15-hour workshop. It's all here for you. You work every day in your business, but for 2 days you can escape and work on your business and build these proven systems so now you can have a successful company that will produce both the time freedom and the financial freedom that you deserve. You're going to leave energized, motivated, but you're also going to leave empowered. The reason why I've built these workshops is because as an entrepreneur, I always wish that I had this. And because there wasn't anything like this, I would go to these motivational seminars, no money down, real estate, Ponzi scheme, get motivated seminars, and they would never teach me anything. It was like you went there and you paid for the big chocolate Easter bunny, but inside of it, it was a hollow nothingness. And I wanted the knowledge, and they're like, oh, but we'll teach you the knowledge after our next workshop. And the great thing is we have nothing to upsell. At every workshop, we teach you what you need to know. There's no one in the back of the room trying to sell you some next big get-rich-quick, walk-on-hot coals product. It's literally, we teach you the brass tacks, the specific stuff that you need to know to learn how to start and grow a business. And I encourage you to not believe what I'm saying, and I want you to Google the Z66 auto auction. I want you to Google elephant in the room. Look at Robert Zellner and Associates. Look them up and say, are they successful because they're geniuses, or are they successful because they have a proven system? When you do that research, you will discover that the same systems that we use in our own business can be used in your business. Come to Tulsa, book a ticket, and I guarantee you it's going to be the best business workshop ever, and we'll even give you your money back if you don't love it. We've built this facility for you, and we're excited to see you.